Hey there, this is Ludwig from Phasio, and in this video we're going to take a look at the wall thickness checks on the Phasio platform. And this is a part of the Pro tier and the advanced cut file analysis, and it has to be turned on once you're on Pro under Organization, General, and you scroll down all the way to the wall thickness check. Just toggle that on, hit save, and now you have to define a wall thickness range for your materials under your processes here. Let's go for 2MJF. Go to our materials here, and we have our example material. I click on the three dots, hit edit, and I can define a wall thickness configuration once I open this dialog. There are two levels. The first is the warning level, which I'll put to 1 millimeter. And then there's also a limit, which I put to 0.5 millimeters. The limit means that people cannot check out anymore with these kinds of parts, but on the warning, they can still check out. So let's hit update here, and we have defined our wall thickness limit for this example material. And let's take a look how that appears on the customer side. Here you see there is no wall thickness check yet. I'm just going to refresh the screen here, then hit continue on the same card, and you'll see how the wall thickness file popped up here. And you see we have manufacturability issues on this part. It's more evident here when we look at this part, where you see in the thread, when we scroll in all the way, you see there are really thin areas that have issues when manufacturing, which this says here, model does not meet minimum wall thickness requirements. Now, when I want to go continue, I cannot check out, but I can submit this for review, which is what I'm going to do. And the quote is under review, and we'll get back to shortly. The same is true also when parts are too large for a given machine, for example, or has any other issue. Let's take a look in the back end, how that appears for you as the manufacturer. So I go to quotes here, and I'm being informed also via email. Let's go to quote 3007, and I see that some of these parts cannot be purchased because of excessively thin walls. And if we take a look here, we see then as well on the internal, we have this wall thickness check on the part. And you could go in and be like, hey, customer, are you fine with rounding here? And the rounding is pretty normal in this particular manufacturing space, but we have made the comment in the area where we find the problem. And we can then, once the customer says, yes, I'm fine with that, right? If we go into the chat here and just refresh that once, we'll get the message come, hey, customer, are you fine with the rounding here? We get the message down there, we get the wall thickness, and we see exactly what the manufacturer wanted to communicate very efficiently. Sure, that's fine, thank you. So I just write that. And then once the customer sees that the message here arrived properly, then we'll see that we can, okay, perfect, it's fine, that we can bypass these checks, and the customer, once bypassed, will be able to check out with this model. So in summarizing, the wall thickness analysis really prevents customers from checking out if the wall thickness is really too thin, but then once you have bypassed the checks manually, the file is all good to go. Then with that, thank you, and I'm sure we'll hear from each other soon.